Hi, everyone. We are excited to be here. I'm Lori. This is Sarah.
Sarah, hi.
And we are into the blue channeling. And we just wanted to we had some great feedback from a viewer who was curious about just seeing us, obviously, like being in the channeling state whenever the video comes on. So that's what the viewer, is watching. What you don't see is off camera. Sarah opens up our joint Akashic record, and then that's how we go into the channeling state. So we do that off camera because obviously, if we did it on camera, you would be in our Akashic with us to some degree, and that wouldn't work. So that's what you're not seeing before we go into the channeling state is Sarah is doing that for us because we found that that's how we are able to co-channel and go into the state and meet with the PG9. So we just thought we would share that really quick. Anything you want to add to that, Sarah?
No, only that we kind of fell into this in a way by going into our joint records one day, and it all just kind of took off, and we realized all these other lifetimes that we've shared together and things like that. So it just seems to be working, and so that's what we're doing. So,
And here we are.
so on that note, let's get started. And when we're back, we'll have opened our records and be, yeah, channeling.
Ooh,
I saw an angel.
I felt it wasn't quite as fast as episode 4, I guess it was, but I definitely felt the push.
Yeah, I'm seeing like a angelic being with big wings. I don't know why. But I am.
I'm feeling a lot of heart expansion. Wowza.
Okay, so can we connect to the Pleiadian group of 9 today?
Yeah, I can see them there now. I just heard a loud bang out my window.
Felt like a big whoosh,
Hmm.
push me backwards.
Yeah.
It's saying greetings and welcome. They're glad to have us back again. And they want to welcome all of the new subscribers and new viewers who have just found this episode onwards.
My crown is tingling so strong. I'm still getting synced in. I see Devin.
Looking at the big table that they show, like a big white crystalline table. It looks like almost like a giant like marble like slab. And it's interesting that
It's
it's oval, but it's like a stretched oval.
Yeah, it's gonna say it's very long.
Stock.
I don't want to say it feels medieval, but it's very
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that, but
oversized. Yeah, it's gonna say it's just long. Like I want to like have a feast at that table.
it feels cold to the touch. Mm, very smooth. But it is not marble, it is actually crystal, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't feel like thick. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's with marble I get a certain heaviness. This feels a
Yeah,
lot
this is the
lighter.
difference. I'm actually touching it now, and it was like initially cold, but now I can feel like a frequency coming off it,
Yeah, the coolness, that is
like
interesting.
tingling in my
My
fingertips.
my arms are like cold. That's getting a really interesting sensation.
Wow. Anyway, we shouldn't be just obsessed with your table.
It is interesting. I think it's kind of I think it's good though to kind of help people visualize kind of the setting of it. I know I'm that way when I can get the logistics environmentally and whatnot of someplace it's easier to kind of understand and feel yourself there as well. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on, almost like they're wanting us to acclimate the viewers so that they feel that they are a part of it. Because I'm getting that, just like what you said when we opened up, I'm getting a lot of inclusivity feeling of wanting them to be a part of it. This isn't just the Lori and Sarah,
Mm.
connection. They really are wanting the viewers that are being drawn to this channel to feel like they are a part of it. I think that's why we're getting such strong visuals on describing the room.
Yes. They're just like smiling at us. Can I ask, when I first opened the records, I saw like an angelic being. Is that of any relevance, or was that just a passerby?
Hmm. The
Or I
card
guess a
I
big tingle in the top of my crown.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of a golden, I'm getting a lot of yellow, and I'm would like to ask them because the card I pulled today was Archangel Uriel, who is with the
Oh,
solar plexus. And I'm wondering if it's connected to that because I'm seeing that card so clearly as you started talking about this angel.
they're smiling. So can you confirm that it was Uriel? Or is Uriel? Yes.
Interesting. I'm seeing a lot of golden light. Yeah.
Does Uriel want to say anything to us, or is there a reason why they're present? They're saying that the Uriel wanted to offer his frequency
Mhm.
and support.
I'm getting so much warmth. Like I feel like I'm being hugged right now in my heart.
Yeah.
Uh, yes. And with
Apparently, yeah, they're saying that there's a lot of multidimensionals, of which archangels are part of that
Mhm.
category, that are curious and interested in what we're doing.
I love this. Yes.
So last time we had an elf hybrid drop in, and this time we have an archangel. Um, oh, I can see him. He's coming right up close, and it does look like he's got kind of like golden,
Hmm. Hmm.
like curly hair.
Yes. 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 It's
Oh,
very golden. I almost feel like I'm seeing him hold like a golden yellow ball and
right.
representative of the solar plexus chakra I'm feeling.
Yes. And he's saying that he wants to support who we are and who we intend to be in the solar plexus.
Mhm. Creative expression, self-worth, all of that is kind of governed down there. And I'm seeing that to be a theme that needs to be addressed with when and who is going to be watching this, whether it's in the quantum or in real time, all of that. That seems to be a strong message that for those who are watching it, both for you and I, but it seems to be for who will be tuning into this episode, focusing on your solar plexus chakra and the attributes that are governed there. This seems to maybe be a theme or an area that maybe as people have been struggling with or need to enhance. So yes, the confidence, the self-worth, the creativity, the playfulness, the chat, which this is interesting, Sarah, because I'm seeing we're recording this on the new moon um, in June, which is the Gemini, which is all about playful energy. So I do believe this message is transcendent, that it will go forward when people are watching this, and that we need to invoke that childlike playfulness to bring about our confidence.
Yeah, and he's also saying that we are stepping into, we, not just Laura and Sarah, but the collective, are stepping into our power and
Mhm.
our true strength, and getting stronger and in tune with like who we actually are, like on a soul, like spirit level.
Yes.
Whew.
I'm seeing that too. I'm seeing, yeah, feels very, I want to use this word supportive, but it feels, I'm seeing your little picture that you kind of had a while back with um, the cutouts, like of everybody together. There does seem to be this unified theme as we stand in our power and in our confidence, we create that unified field. That makes more sense. I pulled the crystalline grid card too today. It's all about foundations and working together for, the grid of Earth to make it strong. Interesting.
Oh, wow. I definitely feel like a big pressure in my solar plexus right now.
Yeah, yeah. I can feel kind of an
Um,
unblocking.
mm, uh, um, and is there anything else that you'd like to share, Uriel? He says that the archangels walk amongst us. They are operating in a different dimension, but they are next to us.
Hmm.
And it's useful to for humans to not kind of put them on a pedestal as something like way, way higher and something out of reach. Um, he wants listeners to be aware that they are around and they're here for our support and benefit, and you can call upon them.
I'm actually seeing the PG9 shaking their heads up and down too, in agreement of that being a theme for
Yes.
a lot of us, I think, tend to idolize or think that, oh, they're in a higher dimension, they know more, they're better. And I'm getting this sense that they're all saying basically we are one. We may operate over here just like Sarah's in the UK, Lori's in the States. One is not better than the other, one is not more knowing than the other. It's just different spaces, and it's similar to that. Look at us as such. We're here to support you, but you are your own guidance as well. But they offer the support and wisdom.
Yes. And they go on to say that we will impart angelic beings of light.
Mhm.
Um, there is more, we have more in common than what separates us.
Mm.
And that's just such a nice thought.
It is. I'm actually being shown or reminded that many of us have had angelic lifetimes, and obviously
Mm.
every lifetime is concurrent. Everything is going on in the now. So they're kind of show. I'm seeing like pillows and feathers. So of softness, I guess, is the imagery there. But whenever you are feeling that you are that earth feels hard. I guess I'm trying to kind of piece together the imagery I'm seeing. When earth feels hard, you can remember and slide over to your angelic lifetime to get that like pause or that softness to kind of lift up out of that heaviness and feel supported, knowing that you too have been an angelic being and are an angelic being. If it's easier for you to think of it linearly, do it that way, but
Mhm.
knowing that it's going on right now and you can feel into that.
So with that in mind, could I ask, like, how does one connect to their angelic selves like this? Like, is there
Mm.
anything in particular that would help?
I'm seeing the vibration has to be higher. Like it's, you need to raise the vibration up because what I was seeing was like, at a carnival where you like ding the bell, like it's a big
Mhm.
hammer and you like, and that thing goes up. I'm seeing like, as you kind of raise that vibration, you can get into that higher state. Um, that will definitely help you connect because an angelic level is what I'm hearing is it's a much higher vibration. So it may be harder to feel if you're not in such a high vibration, but you can still call upon help and they will help you get there.
Wonderful. Whilst we have Uriel here, can I ask a random question? Um, are your wings made of light? It's something that comes up in spiritual circles that like the Bible's got it wrong and angels don't have wings like bird feathers. It's actually just light.
Mhm.
Like, is that something that you agree with? Okay, your response about to say his whole body is light.
Yep. Yes,
Okay.
yes. I'm hearing though, because we're so used to things being in the physical form, it is like
You can see
easier.
feathers and
Yep.
yeah.
That's that makes sense to me in a human brain level, but when you're looking at things through your third eye, it is easier to see the light, I will say.
Yeah, I was just curious about that. Because I can literally see like a feathery type thing, but like maybe he's just doing that for my own uh, you know, clairvoyance.
I will say, I had a very beautiful experience of seeing the angelic realm last year. It happened like last January, and I was in a high vibratory state, and I went into that, and I was so blissed out, and I saw them from the back, but it did look like angel wings, but they were
Mhm.
so expansive. It was like a heart coming out, but
Yes.
I felt a whooshing, and it was so immersive and it was so powerful, but they were kind of almost stair stacked, and I saw them all from behind in this angelic realm. And I got that sense too. That was the only way my mind could kind of make sense of it was like, this has to be feathers flapping or wings or something because it was
Yes.
so, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. I can see it right now. And it was just the most incredible experience I've had.
Yes, it actually reminds me of my Reiki session that I did on Learn It Live the other day,
Mhm.
where I did a crystal Reiki and I invited in any archangel associated with any of the crystals present. And of course, like there was like seven or eight in the
Yeah.
room. And it did like obviously the energy felt super intense, but also I could feel like a air, like a flapping,
Yep. Yep.
you know?
Yeah. And I think
So
that has to do with maybe the high frequency was all I could figure out when I was seeing it is they're vibrating so high and so fast because of how elevated they are. I think we're translating it maybe as a flapping is all I can fathom. You know, like a hummingbird. I'm seeing that imagery.
yeah, I mean if there's anything else that the PG9 or Uriel would like to say about this, then please do. But
I'd like to ask what crystal could we use to tap into for the soul that would be best for soul practice and with Uriel? I'm hearing citrine.
I also got sunstone.
Hmm.
Very powerful.
That is very powerful crystal. I learned my lesson on that one.
Citrine is probably the easier one to use.
Don't put sunstone under your pillow or in your room when you're trying to sleep, friends.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, well, before we move on to some questions, is there anything else that the Palladian group of nine would like to share today?
I think they're ready for questions.
Okay.
Felt like a folding of hands.
Yes. Okay, this is a fun one I received. So a listener has asked, could you tell us something humanity doesn't know yet about the Pleiades or the Pleiadians? Tell us something that humanity does not currently know. Pleiades.
I heard something, but I'm gonna stay neutral on this. I'm gonna see what you got on it.
Well, the first thing I received is that there's way more stars and star clusters and galaxies than humanity is like the technology, the telescopes have located yet. Um, they're like showing like the star systems, like the ones that we've found so far as like one drop in like an ocean
Yeah, it's
like
not just the seven
multiverses.
sisters.
No,
Yeah.
and then there's much more than seven
Yep.
of the seven sisters, so that's a misnomer.
Yeah.
Is that what you received, or?
Yes, and that I was getting a lot of like the that connectivity aspect too, like that many of our viewers, but just in general, you're way more connected to the Pleiadians than you even realize. And was getting a lot of that connectivity that you will see them, you will meet them. They're not as far as maybe you might think. So I was seeing, yeah, the star constellation, I guess, that there's a lot. And I do have always gotten the vibe that they are kind of closest to us in terms of physicality, DNA and whatnot. I think that's why it's easier for people to kind of resonate with the Pleiadians when they're initially kind of learning about ET contact and things like that. I think it's a easier bridge of
Yes.
sorts. So
So
yeah,
they're kind of like laughing at us a bit about the level of technology that humanity is currently at.
yeah,
Like, our telescopes and our like, sending uh robots into space and things like this. Like they kind of like are chuckling
hmm
because
hmm
their technology is far, far, far more advanced than that.
yes,
They're actually showing like, so like they showed like a giant telescope like the ones that NASA have around the world. And then they're showing something that they have, which is more like a sphere. Um, it almost reminds me of, don't laugh. It reminds me of like the glass balls in Labyrinth.
yes. Well,
Where
that's
they
so
can
funny.
look in and they can see as
Yep.
earthlings, like going around our days. Um,
Yeah.
but they're showing us um, that they have a lot more visibility
Hmm.
than what we do on them, like by light years. I mean, like
Yes.
so much more advanced. But they're super super curious and very interested to watch the progress as
hmm
as Earth lifts into 4D, 5D.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Because crystals and harmonics, I was hearing a lot of that. I was saying the crystal before you said it, because they are using, and again, I'm saying the card, the crystalline grid. I kept hearing the word crystalline. They're using a lot of crystalline technology because I do see this screen thing, kind of like Minority Report-ish, where it comes across, and that is a way to where you can see into Earth, other places, whatnot. It has something to do with that. With there's crystalline technology that is being utilized as well. And these are, I actually I know this may sound a little like radical, but I was actually hearing, as soon as a 10-year time frame, we could have some of these advances to where we are seeing um, these types of things, we're able to see more clearly into space, into these other realms, and
Mm.
see
And
more of the, get more intricate of these types of places.
and they're saying as well with a knowing like grin that these extra terrestrials, multidimensionals are in fact giving downloads to
Yep.
humans right now in order
Yep.
to accelerate our technology out of where things are at to a much higher level. Um,
Yep.
So it
I
pops,
know.
these ideas pop into the scientists' heads, like, and they think, oh, that's a great idea, Eureka. In reality, it's come from
Uh-huh.
somewhere else.
Uh-huh. There's a download, and it's also a remembrance because I do know of someone in particular that just shared that information with me that they had the remembrance of their Pleiadian lifetime, and that's how they're understanding what to do with this new technology they're creating. And so that is a definite yes.
Great. Okay. So, can we ask, is there anything in July that we need to be aware of as a collective? Is there anything in July you need to be aware of? The original question was about something specific in mid to July. Obviously, there's quite a few world events going on in July. Is there something that it would be useful for us to know as we go into July?
Hmm.
I heard hold on to your hats.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This actually would tell me what you're picking up on this. 'Cause I want to make sure I'm not just interjecting because I am in the States, but this actually felt stateside, a majority stateside more so rather than the rest of the world. I kind of got that sense of like, it's that there's an undercurrent that kind of starts in July in the States. So just kind of continue to be aware, but don't give attention to things that are out of a resonance with you. And I don't know if this has to do with the election cycle, and whatnot, but so to me, it has a feeling of that, but not of fear, but just awareness.
Mm. And we're having our UK elections on the 4th of July.
Okay, okay. I was getting, yeah, a lot of like voters and I was like, well, ours is not until November, but that's why it kind of felt like, things kind of start ramping, but it's not time yet. I'm getting more like August, September for the states to really kind of be like, could get a
Could I
little
ask,
enticing.
in regards to that, are the UK polls currently correct, or are they skewed? Okay, they're receiving that they are correct, but the amount of people polled versus the amount of people showing up at polling stations are different. Okay.
Fair, yeah.
Mm. Um, do you want to make a prediction? I don't know. I have a lot of skin in the game living in the UK, so I probably
It's so blue in my third eye. I am like in a sea of indigo right now. So whatever that means.
blue, not red.
So it's so blue in my third eye. I literally feel like I just went into like a blue planet. This is wild.
Okay. All right, we'll move on. Maybe one last question. Oh, this is a good one. Can we ask about the glitches that both Laurie and I have seen in the mirror or when looking at another person? What is going on there? The glitches.
I felt did you I felt Devin literally lean back and be like, you both know the answer to that. And I'm getting a lot of like laughing. My head is tingling so bad.
Yeah, I think we're getting that we're receiving crossovers into other timelines,
Hmm.
back and forth, back and forth. Um,
Yep. Almost like Mandela effects, but not quite. This appears to be actually like real time type stuff. Timeline jumps, remembrances. But yes, because wow, this imagery I'm getting. I'm seeing a hologram like of Earth and a lot of like stair stack, a lot of like how do I describe this? Uh spheres wrapped in spheres. Like They look translucent and holographic. And so as it feels like it has to do with solar weather, but there's also a lot of interplay that I'm seeing based upon the realities that each person is choosing, but also collectively, there can be crossovers and glitches. And because we're becoming more observant and aware, those of us who are, our gifts are kind of opening and things like that at a rapid rate, we are now literally seeing these and we're becoming more observant because our consciousness is higher. We can tap into them. And I'm kind of getting the sense it's always kind of been a thing, but we're just
Yes.
now aware
Yeah,
we're at
more
that
and more
point.
aware of it. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you very much. And we'll say goodbye to the Pleiadians for today.
Bye, Pleiadians.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
And Uriel.
And Uriel, yes. Thank you for listening to Into the Blue Channeling with Laurie and Sarah. Please do like and subscribe to receive about our upcoming episodes. For further information, including how to submit your own question for Pleiadians, please visit intothebluechanneling.com or find us on social media at Into the Blue Channeling. See you next time!